The chilly days are here, and I'm not telling you anything new when I say the best way to warm up and feel comforted is with a hearty and nourishing soup. Let's start with the simplest round lentil soup. The first thing I do is soak the lentils for at least 3 hours before cooking. If you can soak them overnight, even better. This soup doesn't require much chopping or too many ingredients. In a pot over medium-high heat, I heat olive oil and saute the carrots for about 2 minutes. Then I add the spices and tomato paste. After another minute of frying, stirring the spices with the carrots, I add the soaked and rinsed lentils, drained of water, and mix everything well. I lower the heat to medium and add boiling water. The exact amounts are listed at the end of the video. I cook the soup for 15 minutes, stirring occasionally, making sure it's bubbling gently but not too much. Adjust the heat if necessary. After the first 15 minutes, I leave the pot uncovered and cook for another 15 minutes. Then I add crushed tomatoes and bay leaves, cover the pot and cook for 10 more minutes, stirring occasionally. Once the 10 minutes are up, I add parsley leaves and squeeze some lemon juice over the soup. I leave the pot covered on low heat for 5 minutes before removing it from the stove. I love adding vegan yogurt. It adds a touch of tanginess and creaminess. Thanks to soaking and long cooking, the lentils turned out soft and tender. If you prefer, you can partially or fully blend the soup. I personally love the balance between the lentils that break down and the broth's clarity. As for adding pasta or rice to soups, while it's not everyone's thing, this soup makes me feel warm and satisfied every time. In this soup, I'll use more vegetables than the previous one, but not so much. I use just carrots, broccoli florets, and onions. Broccoli stands out in the soup and pairs well with the pasta, peas, and spinach I'll add later. I sauteed the vegetables in melted butter over medium-high heat. You can substitute olive oil, but butter truly elevates the flavor. Once the onion softens, I add diced carrots and saute them for another minute, then toss in some frozen peas. Seasoning is key to good soup. Soups often dilute flavors due to water content, so seasoning is essential to enrich and deepen the flavor. I also add white wine, nothing fancy, just to sharpen and balance the creaminess. Since the soup includes vegan cream, the wine enhances the natural vegetable flavors and adds freshness. I pour in lots of boiling water and let the soup simmer for 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Next, I add a cup of orzo pasta, cover the pot and let it cook for another 10 minutes. Stir frequently to prevent the pasta from sticking. After After the orzo is cooked, I lower the heat to medium-low and stir in vegan cooking cream. I cover the pot and let it cook for another 5 minutes. Finally, I remove the soup from the heat, add lemon juice, and toss in some fresh spinach. This soup is so rich, probably our favorite this season. It has a deep flavor and the tanginess is just addictive. For me, the ultimate soup is a creamy, velvety tomato soup. It's full of bold flavors, like a warm gazpacho. Here's what I do. I chop tomatoes, red bell pepper, and red onion into large pieces. I place them on a baking tray, season them, drizzle with olive oil, and toss until they're beautifully caramelized and release their juices. I roast them in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes, stirring halfway through. After roasting, I transfer the veggies to a deep pot. Don't skip adding the juices from the baking tray. On medium heat, I add the remaining ingredients. Be careful not to add too much water. You can always add more after blending if the soup is too thick. I remove the pot from the heat and blend everything until I reach the desired consistency. I prefer a smooth texture with just a hint of chunkiness. After blending, you can return the soup to the stove to reduce it a bit if it's too thin. I love pairing the soup with croutons or a grilled cheese sandwich. What's your favorite soup side dish? Please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I loved making and eating them. If you have any other soups you'd like me to make. Share your ideas with me. I'd love to film another soup video. They're just so fun, and honestly, people need to make more soups. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.